Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing Esoteric Ebb. This game caught my attention. It came out earlier this year, I think March 2026 for reference. And it is like an RPG style game, sort of. So, but it looked really, really interesting. So I want to give it a shot. And I'm gonna have a sidekick goblin, I think. Like what craziness is that? Ooh, lore. Okay, so I need to, oh my goodness. They'll have a -2 on charisma and -2 on wisdom. Ooh, that's lots of minuses. Hold please. Strength measures. Okay, so I was on strength. I was on dexterity, self-preservation, freedom, yeah. Constitution. Okay, so I can be proficient in 2 things. I guess that's going to dependent on like what my role is. Am I a clerk? Is that all I got? What's the pre-builts? I have to be a clerk. Got it. Okay. Let's not think about this too much. I could be a trick. I think I want to be a scholar clerk. Yeah. Lore enthusiast is the background force for focus. Spending time alone in the city, you often end up at the Darwin Library. The strange history of Jor's realm was a constant companion to you. It gives me intelligence and wisdom, which I think is good for a cleric. We're not too oomphy, but yeah, those numbers don't look terribly bad. And then I can pick proficiencies on top of that. So I could say, hey, I want to be even more proficient. No? Oh, I'm already proficient in intelligence. Got it. Why did that go down? +5, +4. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. We're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. 5 days until the first ever election. Speak with the dead. Ooh, I get necromancy. You grant a semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice with range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the last 10 days. Fails if the corpse was the target of this spell within. Okay, so if somebody already spoke with the dead, you can't speak with the dead again. Got it. The corpse must have a mouth and can't be undead. Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it, and it recognizes you as the enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only its animating spirit. Thus, the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events. All right, speak with the dead. I like it. The useful cleric thing. What am I looking at? Jor. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What's your name? Intelligence DC. Oh, so I forget what DC means, but basically I need to hit an 8 for success. Reagan. Your name is Ragan. Okay. So I guess I made that DC 14 success. And in your statement of citizenry, Ragan Helm that doesn't sound right. Ragenhelm. Or stay silent. Oh, I'm just going to go with it. It's fine. Intelligent. Factually correct. You answer another question from the darkness. What's your occupation? What's an occupation in this context? Stay silent, look around. I'm a smartass. What's my occupation in the void? Wisdom, DC 12, success. Ooh, so glad I rolled well. Work, getting paid for labor. Dexterity. Ooh, I failed my dexterity. Didn't you have a job? Something really important? Constitution. Success! Yay, a DC 6. That was nice. Your class. Tell the voice about your class. Look around. What's an occupation in this context? I can't say that again. Class. What class am I? I have a very important job to do. A very important job to do. Let's just do that. Dexterity. Way too important. You'll never make it out alive. Oh, Lord. Door takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? To get out of this screen. We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. Oh my. So wisdom was successful. Intelligence was also successful. With your gift, you can easily take control one day. Constitution. The goblin chieftain. She needs you. Control. The tea shop exploded. Why all these questions? To rule the world, to find Goblin Chieftain, is that right? Why all these questions? I am not charismatic enough, apparently, in that role. No clue. But you should keep them talking. Tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops. I do like tea shops. Great, I hate tea shops. They should be banned. I don't have any strong opinion on tea shops. In fact, I never think of them at all. I'm going to say yes, I like tea shops. They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. There is a question to be answered. Your goal is to find the Goblin Chieftain. Is that right? You know it to be true. You, girl, you know it's true. No, my brain works funny sometimes. No reply, no feedback. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. Yay! I got successful on that. If you care for your fellow, vote for the Agilist. It is the duty of the powerful to lead. That is you, no one else. Well, wisdom and intelligence I'm good at. Ooh, dexterity! I actually got this one. We've moved beyond the bounds of dictators. We are free to make our own choices thanks to the revolutionary free striders. Constitution elections are. Ooh, exhausting. Well, Constitution's not my biggest thing. Strength is not mine either, but that's clear. It hides in the back of your skull, a fact that you are bound to be a nationalist. But I, the political affiliation, if you care for your fellow, you'll vote for that. It's your duty to lead, but you are bound to be a nationalist. I shouldn't be in charge as a god king wizard lord. Wow. That's hubris. I'm actually I'm apolitical. I'm going to say what came to the first for the success, right? Life has struggled to alleviate oppression. The exiles know this well. You have supported them in the past, time to do so again. The voice is fading. This is the end, the final question. How did you die? Same way you lived, as wisdom says, unable to step out of the uniform, not for 1 second. Oh, I actually got the dexterity roll. Now's your chance. Break free. I fell into the divinity. She took me whole. I died when he died. I am not dead. Ooh, I kind of like that one. I am not dead. And you can't argue with that. Yeah? That was an interesting prelude for sure. Oh, there I am in the water. Not looking so good. Raw fury. My boots have like cleats on them. It's interesting. I don't know that I can skip this. I doubt it. Oh, I can skip it, but it looks so pretty. Oh, I don't, and this is my first time ever playing, so I feel like I need to watch this. Because there may be something in here that I really want to know. Why is there a watch? Why is the watch the only thing coming out of my pockets? What is up with this music? I'm not sure that I dislike the music. I'm not sure I like the music either. You know what? Somebody will have to tell me what their thoughts on the music. Am I going to pop out of some apples? Oh no, I'm just... Okay. I look like I'm with dead people. Day 1, March 22nd, 27 p. I am not dead. You continue. Constitution, a fresh start. Get up. I have a job to do. Wake up in the lower layer was an achievement. Interesting. I could have woken up somewhere else, apparently. DC 13, success. Your heartbeat is loud, screaming. Your body aches. It's stiff as if you've slept for days. Oh, well, my strength failed. Ready for the quest to continue. You look around, check your stuff. Wait, what is this about a quest? Let's look around. A circular stone chamber, a storage for apples and corpses. It doesn't seem like it should go together, I'm just saying. You better wash them apples real good, though. Those piles of apples, is this Holstead? Check my stuff. Charisma, what stuff? Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Uh-oh. Panic and sweat because I failed my constitution check. Oopsie. But charisma, I got it. No spellbook, no mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake. Tears begin to form because my constitution... DC 18 is pretty damn high, though. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. What is this about a quest? +1 hit point. Oh yes, a quest. Interact with the highlighted words to receive a glossary entry. Be blessed. Uth. Uth is my god. Do I remember everything? Yes! That was a good one to not fail. Everything is off, but your memory is intact. Oh, and I got another success. Your quest was given yesterday. Remember the tea shop? Uh-oh. Yeah, the tea shop that blew up. That I got the dexterity. Easy job. You'll be done in a day or two. Just a job? Ah, so I've done this before. A quest. I like those. Wait, how much time do I have? So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. A quest. I like those. Oh, I gained 5 experience from that. Because I did my strength test. Good attitude. There's always more around the corner, so look out. Don't want to miss any. Just a job, so I've done this before. Gain some more experience. Love it. Well, maybe not this particular type of job. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Uthgarden militia service, as well as a few years at the towers. Ooh, the towers. What are the towers? Towers, the home base of the Order of Arcane Clerks of Norvik, also known as the OACN. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you've read a lot about these types of fiery events. How much time do I have? Oh, I didn't get anything for that. Until the election, duh, which is in 5 days. I have 5 days. Time only advances when you make new choices in the dialogue. Okay. More or less. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up the random tea shop, more or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's that feeling again. The feeling you're about to enter a path from which there's no way back. No way back? That doesn't sound too good. Good or bad, you won't know until you've reached the end. That's ominous. Very ominous. Can't I just not go on the fate will guide me? I'm just going to say it's ominous. Oh no! Oh, oh no! I took a health point hit. Oh no. Out of my 6 health points, you feel dizzy. That was a third of my health. Good lord. The weight of Uthgardian uniform, a dull pain takes hold. Your body aches, its contents rotting. You must consume an apple now. You've been routed for far too long. Finish this task with precision and decisiveness, regain your position at the towers, then return to your true task. Seizing true power in this forsaken city. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Seizing power. I got more XP. Good job. It will be a long road, one you will inevitably travel to surpass the arcanist of old and become Wizard God King. The Wizard God King, because we couldn't settle on one name. I'm so confused. Yeah, uh-huh. As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel. It's a covering of your entire head. Hey, colloquially known as a helmet. Can I take it off? Oh, I'd have to DC 20. Oh my gosh, no. And a DC 20 of dexterity. I wouldn't do that. Like ripping off your own face. Oh no. Not a good idea. We're just failing everything. Can't wait until you do. The charisma god. Oh, that's great. Can I eat it? Consume. Yes, okay, so I need to consume a few apples. The cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spread into your gloves. Oh! It is light blue and tattered. It was once yours. Please don't. This thing is disgusting. Weigh it in your hands. Wring out the water. Should I wear this? Let's wring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It smells of salt water. The cloak is still quite wet. Weigh it in your hands. It is heavy. All right. Should I? No. Of course you should wear it. A hood is the perfect tool for any decent rogue and or never do well. So what if it's a little damp? You have to wear it. I'll think about it. I mean, I am a rogue, so let's wear it. But I'm not a rogue. I'm a cleric. Sorry, the word I am not a rogue is not in your vocabulary, actually. Rephrase, excuse you? How rude! That's not one word, though. Oh, well, then I guess I am a rogue. That's not one word, though. So pedantic. So unrefined. Shut up. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. I really love my pouch of holding. Gods, I can fit so many things in this thing. Gods, I can fit so many things in this thing. I gained XP for that. Yes, you are very lucky. This kind of magic item can go upwards of 10,000 crowns, which I'm assuming are money. The Norvikian crown, the main coinage of Norvik. It's not yours, though. It's the city's. Oh. My. You can't just use it for anything. Shut up! Dexterity. I'm gonna like dexterity. Shut up. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. I mean, they were gonna bury me with it, so I'm assuming it is mine. Now, go on and put your cloak and rob some people. Reallocate some resources. Equipping items temporarily alters your scores. Okay, so I can go in here and I can put on my cloak. My dirty, nasty cloak, which gives me even less charisma than I had before, but it at least helps me with my dexterity. So sure, that's why dexterity wanted it on. Behold, it's a corpse under a blanket. I will take an apple and some crowns. Why not? A vase of leaves smells lovely. I imagine it would have to in here. Divine shrine covered in apples. Pile of apples. I can't take the apples. Okay, fine. Very important piece of paper. Okay, hold on. A voting card. Ooh. Gives me more intelligence. This one looks good. Let's take that apple. Guy looks indecisive. Engage. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. Greeting, citizen sounds weird. I think I know that he's a zombie. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. What's your name, sir? I think that's what I'm going to ask. He doesn't even turn to look at you. Identify yourself, citizen. You're trying something here, smartass. Why is this man not listening to me? Sure. Success! His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing, so at least I got a wisdom check. This is a reanimated corpse. Thanks, intelligence! Probably a work zombie, although it has been illegal to employ undead since the bone purge of the 11. Bone Purge, a citywide effort in 11 PE to stop necromancers from outcompeting mortal staffed factories. Oh my. What is he doing? Yeah, let's just ask what he's doing. The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. Okay. Sir, are you a member of the undead? I found a voting card. I don't think he's gonna. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. You're very rude. Do you know that? Oh my. Let's just insult a zombie. Sure. I'm thinking of voting for the Nationalists. They've got a good plan for the future of the city. The free ride, like, what? I don't have a political opinion, so I guess I don't need this voting card. Everything surrounding this so-called democratic process is madness. Everyone should just vote for me to be their god wizard king. We can't even determine which 3 words in which order we're going to say that, apparently. That way I can solve all their problems through magic dictatorship. We need to establish an Angelus government. I mean, that's what I said I was. It's the only way for us average peasants to not fall back into oppression of feudalism or worse, Margrachby. A government with a heart. You have become an Agalist. Gain 10 XP, 5 times 2, for choosing this political stance 2 times. These poor little peasants, to think they have been tricked into thinking some themselves worthy of ruling. They'll starve come winter. That's nice. I don't want to go through any of these. The social democratic model of the dwarves is ingenious, just balanced enough to work with our human dwarven majority populace. A true working class revolution is clearly needed. Cooperative ownership of the guilds is the first step, just like Orth established in Norvikian collectivism agriculture. As long as we don't collapse like the original Agalian undercoast state did, or the Visigoth kingdoms, or the 3 wings of divinity, Torum, or yeah, that's what we're going to go with. The fleshy ball plank does not reply or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple on top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. I think we should just go away. Can I get around him? I cannot. Can I engage with this? The runes fill your senses as you approach. The color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. Are these rare? These old things are still around, huh? A sacred shrine left in this state. It's an insult to the Uthru and all of his people. I think these things are around. A remnant of blindness and decay, oh my. Hard to let go of old national pride. Are these rare? No, you will find these shrines all over Norvik. A sacred shrine, indeed. Yet you are very much aware that these are not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Urth dream afloat. The city is lost, but it's not lost. It's not yet lost. How poetic! You're also aware the city is very much in need of change. Change from what? An honorable lifestyle, a peaceful city for humans to prosper in. Change from stagnation and a mire of decay. Urth's crusade brought triumph. The corruption brought after his fall is due to exactly that kind of filthy rhetoric. You're certainly allowed to be wrong in your opinion there. I like dexterity. Dexterity is going to be a good source of entertainment. Stop complaining, it won't solve anything. This is giving me a headache. Remove the apples. Let's remove the apples. It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in the heart. Neil, the shrine towers over you. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends 1 spell slot of the corresponding level. What are the other gods? What other gods are there? Prepare spells. So I got Cure Wounds. How do I have no cantrips? Preparing spells. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. Oh, I guess I just need to do that to prepare it. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them by approaching shrines, which are scattered around the city. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill in its empty slot to the right. You may only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot of the corresponding level available. Spell slots to the bottom left. Spell slots. To the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Each circle represents one slot which you may expend to cast a spell. You may only cast spells when there is a use for them. When a spell is castable during specific situations and dialogues, the spell tile button of that particular spell will be lit up. Spell tile buttons can be found next to your spell slots once you have finished preparing your spells. Difficulty class. There we go, DC. This is the DC of a target has to achieve when rolling a save against one of your spells. DC is 8 plus your wisdom or intelligence modifier, whichever is higher, plus your proficiency bonus. All right. First, the amount of spells you currently have prepared. You can prepare spells by visiting a shrine. You can prepare, the amount you can prepare is 2 plus your class level plus your intelligence modifier. All right. But it says I can't do any cantrips, which confuses me. The amount of spells in your spell book, you can gain more by collecting and or memorizing spell scrolls. Because, oh, maybe that's what that is. Okay. How do I finish? There. Grab that. All right. Hey, I can prepare. Can I prepare that one as well? Let's get into the inventory. Hold on. Consume. There. Now I'm fully healed. Plus -1 intelligence. Oh my. I don't know that I want that. Oh my. That is interesting. I'm gonna engage. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna prepare both of those. Okay. So I can't get around the zombie. Up I go. You can see a map sketched by the cleric. Oh well. Morning, cleric. I've been dead. How? Mushrooms, probably edible. Extract. It's an empty pot, but I can engage it somehow. Most contain strange herbs or ashes. This one does not. The pot was recently emptied. You can still see remnants of dust at the bottom. Not corpse dust, is it? Uh-oh. There is fear! You must grow sturdier. Well, DC 18. That's pretty damn high. Success, you hedonist fool. Pray the stomach dies and lets the mind work without its poisonous influence. Oh my goodness. All right, nothing there. Your fate one day. I mean, wasn't it my fate already? I can't get over there. Red Eye of Earth. Jor left his mark across the bands. Today it is a universal sign of magic. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. Pray of old since some might be usable. A thick tome lines on the iron slab. Ancient tome, you flip it open. There are fine and handwritten letters scattered across the pages. You can read these symbols, but they are in Old Draconic, Demorian, yeah, it's not Demorian, but Deminorian. The common language of man spread across the coast during the Arcane era to become the lingua dominus in trade and politics. The verbis Draconium ars occulta. These words should translate into something akin to occult dragon speech. The author's name appears to be Calum Diminor, the Arcane era name for reeds, often referred to as Old Demor. The name was changed by Free Striders revolutionaries to mark the end of the old Magocracies. Old Draconic. Could I translate this? No. Not without many weeks of study. You were not trained in Draconic at the towers. Okay, so I need to get comprehend languages on my hand. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you can buy it somewhere. It's fairly common. All right, so I'm going to come back to that, I guess, at some point. So many books, basic manuals, arcanist histories, and novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be useful to refresh your mind. Read an autobiography on Prax. Read folk tales by the Trill Swiss sisters. Collective chants of Norvik. I think I'm going to leave them alone for the moment. Open manual for esoteric geometry. You know this already. Okay. Wait, what is that? I don't know. What is that? Okay, I guess I want to take it. Instead of just keep saying, what is that? A ruined prayer book. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. In salt water, it's absolutely and completely ruined. Only a few pages of the soggy Braken-ish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. Hey, I got the intelligence check. I mean, it wasn't high, but still. Ashkani writing of the most basic kind. Wait, oh no. Someone has attempted to drive this to the best of their abilities. No, no, no! By Uth. Phoenix Folio updated. This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It is just ruined. That'd be expensive. Let's get your hands on a new one instead. All right. Hey, there's my pocket watch. Gives me intelligence. Oh, that's a nice little touch, I guess. Bishkin local mortician.
Mhm.
The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. Ooh. I was successful. A great perch. These are official documents of the city. Great perch. The drake, like sea creature, found all along River Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the great perch became the symbol of his great city. Yay! That great perch of Norvik. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Viskin, sorry. Not like it matters, but local entrepreneur and proprietor of the Lich House. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there was anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. Yet his eyes say something else. I'm going to look around the room. Dimly lit and damp, a musky stench lingers in the air. You see books and flasks and stone altars around the circular chamber. There are several corpses present. These stone tables were once modular altars used in some advanced ritual. The entire basement was once a temple. A temple to Jor. Wow, DC 17. We did pretty good there. Did you save my life? He puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric. Tell me everything. Of course, it must be confusing. To tell you the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They'd caught you in their net, took you for a corpse. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. Oh no, prime condition? You're always in your prime condition. Well, fair. Fair. Wait, how did you end up in the river? How did I end up in the river? I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to the Tolstead. There are 7 bridges over River Torna, connecting Tolstead to the rest of the city. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination. I must have slipped. Happens all the time. Perhaps there is an esoteric explanation to all of this. Why not? Perhaps you would know, cleric. Who were these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Where can I find these fishermen? He ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. But perhaps Water Lane, that's just a guess. Either that or the local tavern, I hope you find them. So I am a fact alive. The pale man stops for a moment. He looks you up and down. Yes, I believe you are. All right. A DC 31. Figure out what's weird about this guy. Can I even do a DC 31? Because I got a -2 on me. Godlike. I don't think I'm godlike yet. I don't think I can get there. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. No. An undead abomination right below. That's not an appropriate response. Sure, why is it there? We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection. Oh God. Oh, it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. I don't know that I don't know that I believe him. Even though my wisdom says I don't believe him. He kept moving apples down there. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Oh, the apples. Fascinating behavior. He does not appear very fascinated. You don't seem alarmed about this. A stray undead creature will cause no trouble here. He gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Yes, master. All right. I don't know that I believe you. What do you mean, cleric? You're a criminal harboring zombie workers. You need to be punished. I don't know that I want to attack him. The zombie's clearly working for you. That is illegal. You're doing something weird. I don't like it one bit. I greatly apologize for putting you in this situation. It is my neglect that led to this undead creatures entering the tower. I will make sure to tighten up security in the future. You know this isn't. I'm going to say no, you're. Host, we'll do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. The kobold gives a screeched yell. Yes, master. I will also make sure to report this to both the HWBT, and the militia. The Halfway Bridge Tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, and arguably the most influential despite their small size, led by Lady Miska Sageleaf, with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Holstead. I'm trying to say you need to pay for your... You're clearly doing something shady here, so... Of course. I'll be sure to ask for a thorough inspection by the PCG, Pest Control Guild. The pale man is twisting the entire situation. Smart. If there is anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Okay. Holy shit, he just keeps going. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It is because of great men like you that the city still stands. Why do I feel like that's sarcastic? Resist his incredible oratory power. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. I'm going to try to resist. Yes, it was a success. Focus on the main point. Illegal zombie. Go. Stop. I know what you're doing. The pale man opens his mouth to respond. The zombie did work on your property. He closes his mouth and looks at you. It was picking up apples or something. That's a violation of the bone the bone purge. Yes, I am aware. Pale man takes a deep breath. He reaches below his desk and brings forth a pouch. An isolated incident and will not be repeated. A bunch of crowns he hands to you. This feels like a bribe. Score. This isn't a bribe, is it? Of course not, cleric. As a city cleric, you obviously have the ability to keep Dab's Botter on behalf of Norvik. Violation of the Bone Purge Code, Article 4, in singular violation cases, a Dab's Botter of minor class is issued. All right. In relationship to my status as a Tolstead business owner, I'd be precisely 25 crowns. How does he know that? I think the better question, Charisma, is he knows that very well because he keeps paying the fee. I do not have god powers, so I require some assistance with things. Of course, cleric, anything for the city. I do not know where to go. So, what do you know about spellcasting? You call me cleric. That's all I need for help, thanks. I don't know where to go. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric. But... Goblin Chieftain, what rumor? Goblin Chieftain. There is a certain rumor that our local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin chieftain? Lady Mishka Sealeaf is her name. She is down in the Goblin Garden. Of course, you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. She leads one of the 3 goblin tribes exonerated by Urth after the conquest. The name is spoken in both reverence and fear. Dragon of Tolstead added. They call her the Dragon of Tolstead. Not afraid of some She sounds. The goblins live in a garden. Well, not quite. You'll see when you get there. And when you do, make sure you pay your respects. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on this island fortress. A sliver of genuine tone slips out as he has great respect for this dragon. Wait, this is part of the job? Talking with some petty goblin queen? You may find her at the southern tip of Tolstead, the pale man says, and keeps scribbling on his papers in front of you. I might as well ask everything. Local mortgage, what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. Well, yes, because he just brought you back from the dead. He seems wary on this subject. If he knows more than you, then it could be useful to listen. My prayer book is ruined. Can you teach me magic? Can you explain the very basics of spellcasting? How do I get more spells? I need all of this knowledge. I'm going to do prayer. Yes, I noticed. You should speak with Shen down on Water Lane View, a bookbinder. It'll cost you, but he can fix it right up. As a cleric, you obviously only need your faith of cast spells, but I'm sure a spell book won't hurt in the long run. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps onto his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I could make some time if you're interested. Great knowledge awaits. Beware, his tutelage holds great evil. Till then, you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at many books along the western wall. And of course, here, I gained Charm Person. Copy a Charm Person. It will surely be useful to you. I'm sure you tried to use it on me at least once. A truly diabolical spell. But the towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters, usually despite its first level. Lovely, now you can make people like you. My charisma, not doing so well. Can you explain the very basics of spellcasting? I'm going to skip that. Maybe wrongly, but we'll figure it out. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You could spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the palace archives, or the great library in the towers, since you obviously have some access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options. No, I don't. So I would agree the other route. What's that? Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Right. Scrolls with spells on them. I'm not going to tell him I found one downstairs. It's fine. Indeed. Now Tolstead is filled with all kinds of strange caches, so you'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. I want to say we'll see about that, but I think sure, thanks. He nods to you and goes back to his writing. That's all I have to ask about spell casting. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Most. Now that's evil. Sounds like good practice. Oh my. Can I try casting on you instead? I don't want to say that. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. Thanks for all the help. I don't think I'm going to do... the air quotes. Before you do, I'm going to go now. Before you do, make sure to collect all your belongings. He gives you a quick inspection with his dead eyes. Too quick. Like he was trying not to show his interest. Weird. What belongings? Did I have any weapons on me? Got it. I don't need your help. Yeah, I'm off to quest for a bit. I'm going to ask him what belong. Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card? A peculiar voting card. Every party has been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Yeah, sorry, I'm indecisive. I'm not sure if it's mine. Maybe, possibly. I think that's indecisive either way. The pale man ignores your comments. I asked Os to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry over there. He says and points across the chamber. And then he looks over to the corner of his desk where you took the pocket watch. Good. The esoteric pocket watch is very useful, cleric. Make sure you keep it close. Okay, more XP. I like it. Did I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of the river Torna. Good. You do not need arms in the city. You need heart. Thank you, wisdom. Got it. Bellman turns his face towards you and smiles. Unnatural. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. Leave now! When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, double click or hold shift the left trigger. Time to go. All right. I think I looked at all of that stuff. Human cause no trouble. An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. A shard of Jord. Ost, Chief of Security. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Well, that's great. Cold eyes, okay. You're adorable. The kobold glares at you. Complete and utter annihilation, the aura of a conqueror, a killer. Your soul shudders. Avert your pathetic human glaives. Glare back. Your eyes meet each other still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. The kobold does not move. Sure, let's keep glaring. Yep, you're staring at each other. Glare. Eyes meet eyes. Glare, glare. You're looking at a kobold's yellow eyes. Stare in an angry or fierce way. Avert my eyes, it's fine. The kobold looks at you with a cold expression, determined, confident. He's not glaring at you. That is just his default expression. A default expression of death. I'm gonna leave. It's fine. Can I see? Nope, nothing else. All right, time to go. Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. Let's leave. When you roll dice, you'll always be asked for a modifier. That went by pretty gosh darn quick. Viscous Lish House, but then and dentistry is scratched out. Ooh. Something's inside the old vase. More incense. The orcs observe you with great interest. All right. I will come back to the orc. Former ale barrel. Well, that's unfortunate. Men at work beneath Asgul's There is an esoteric effect in place here, stopping rainwater. Around the amphitheater's scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind carrying a bright green flag, the banner of Asgal, the Fool. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater. Oi, Mr. Cityman, he calls out to you approach. We've made it clear already, we're not moving, not one bit. He shoots you a shit-eating grin. This dwarf gets extreme pleasure from telling you to fuck off like this. That's no way to greet a cleric. Just passing through, Dorth. What's going on here? I'm going to ask what's going on here. Just working. The boys will be done here soon enough. You hear the other dwarfs laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all. He's only saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Great. I was worried there for a second. Nothing illegal. I don't care. I'm on a higher mission. A mission? A mission from God. He looks intrigued. Quest to save the world. It's confidential. Yes, so be as legal as I'm gonna be cheeky. Yes, so be as illegal as you want. But he mumbles, glancing back at his men. You've stumped him. Interesting. Oh, I like this game. We're not doing anything against the law at all, but thank you, Mr. Cityman. One of the older dwarfs spits on the ground next to him. You even know who you're talking to, child? This here be Alfazo of the Bon Mervers, a foreman of the Agilist movement of Norvik. He's done more good than all of you Uthgard combined. A true speaker for Asgal. Damn, that's a lot of good. You're a celebrity. Okay, sure. I have some questions for you. Yeah, I'm all ears. He gives the older dwarf the stink eye. Yep, that's what you get. Dwarf told me to give you respect, so now you get a lot of questions. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off, unless you want that. Boys setting up a play or something? About this Asgal. A nobleman, huh? A play? He spits on the ground. We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Tolstead will gather to hear the words of Asgal. He turns towards the orc, and no one's going to stop it. You hear laughter coming from across the theater. Papers, Alphaz. He grumbles and turns back. So, what do you want? You seem a bit stressed. That orc lady sure is annoying. What's the problem here? I chose what's the problem here. He shakes his head. Where to even begin? So, it is forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing here. The dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show her the papers. The papers are no good, she says. Simi and the boys say. Bah. Circle square conflict addict. Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our right to speak out against tyrants and burghers. Burghers. Bore. The craftsmen, merchants, and notable higher standing citizens in comparison to those of rural roots. They are. Check the papers. Surely the dwarves have screwed up somewhere. Oh my goodness. So she's wrong about the documents? How dreadful. How dreadful. Sure is. Isn't it a bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue? So what's this rally about exactly? Can I see the papers? Good luck fighting tyrants. I'm going to ask, isn't it macabre? Morgue? Continued. Dwarf grumbles to himself and glances over to the lich house. Stares. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter. The Asgal movement is not afraid of death. You hear laughter from the orc behind you. Big words, Alphaz! The dwarf grits his teeth. Damn orc. What's the rally about, exactly? He grunts. Guilds. For decades, there have been collective bargaining between Norvegian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about Urith, but he kept a tight leash on the upper class of this city. Damn right he did. Blessed be his name. The leash was bad for this city. Now we can grow exponentially. I mean, I am a clerk of Urith, so I'm just going to say blessed be his name. Yeah. But look, it ain't the same since his death. The Free Striders have burrowed into every darn power structure from paperboys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They say free standard striderism would make the city rich. I say it makes its people poor. We need change. So you're here to convince a bunch of Tolstead workers to vote for the Asgalist party. More or less, yeah. But it's also about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchasers of our labor. Alone we are as brittle as a twig in the older dwarf pipes up. A twig in the wind. A twig in the wind? That was a question. No, that's not good enough. A twig in a fireplace? A twig in the wind is pretty catchy. How about as brittle as a boar with rabies? That sounds good. I don't know. We're going to do twig in a fireplace. He points to you. That's good. I like that. Anyway, the rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of that orc. So we can call out all the workers of this magnificent city. He exclaims as if there was a crowd around him. Vote with your guts, with your manhood at stake. You too, Mr. Cityman. Can I see the papers? He gives his companions a glance. Why? Ooh, I think I can make a DC 8. I just need to roll a 3. Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. Ooh! That was a 16. Just tell him you're an expert and that you're on his side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, and I'm on your side. He repeats louder. Are you now? Now hit him with, I'm your best shot at getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. Woo! PPG documents. He hands over the scroll. I trust you with these documents, Cityman. Oh boy! If you hand those to the orc, this could all be over right now. Dexterity is devil on my shoulder. Tell us we're in the wrong. I dare you. Because we're not, the older dwarf joins in. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what's actually going on here. You can examine certain items in your inventory to access unique dialogues. Okay, I'll take a look. There's my inventory. Oh, it's examine. It's quite light. Some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally at the Circle Square. Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom. Followed by the signature Tolstoy, Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Examine it in detail, which I think I can make, because as long as I don't roll a 1, I've made it. Have I seen this kind of document before? Cool. I mean, let's just examine it in detail. I'm going to get a success. Oh, unless I got a 1. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It is perfect, not a single error. Except the date. Because the rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document is perfectly legal, but it's expired. Look at the dates. Yep, it's expired. Cool document. It is not. Have I seen a document like this? Yes, often. Stop looking at it. About the rally, about the nobleman. All right, have fun. I'm gonna say, all right, have fun.
Oh.
The older dwarf puffs out his chest as you approach. Fancy held me, Cinnamon. He speaks in a short and quiet manner, as if he's scared of his words actually being heard. The dwarf behind him laughs. Don't engage, just leave. Thanks, my mom got it for me. You making fun of me, dwarf? I'm just gonna leave. It's fine. I'll go talk to the orc. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something or someone.
Mm-hmm.
Scooting an air of authority around her, the woman, large woman, gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of the Norvikian Free Strider Regiment. What is this? Not often we get Uthgard around here. You sure walk around like a damn advertisement with this drab uniform. You know, dexterity, I was just dead a few minutes ago. Give me a break. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command guild agent of Tolstoy. Nice to meet you. Be nice to her. She's a free strider. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. The showing of the palm is a casual culture reading in Reeds. Reeds, one of 8 bands along the coast. It is a temperate land of low land and many lakes, commonly seen as the homeland of humans. Large portions are still cursed, holding entire undead cities, eternally burning valleys, and floating monuments. Do not grab her hand. That's not what that is. Okay, so I'm not going to grab her hand. I'm Reagan. Hello, Reagan. She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. What's the deal with the dwarves? I like to know more about you. I'm here on important business. I like to know more about you. Little old me, I'm an open book. What's it like being an orc in Norvik? You are a strong and physically imposing woman. Attempt to flirt. I don't think I can flirt with my charisma. So you're working for the Free Striders. Where are you from? She doesn't answer at first. Instead, she looks away for a moment and smirks. She's thinking of messing with you. You mean because I'm an orc, I can't be Norvikian, she says, looking at you with a stern expression. I can say you know what I mean, yes. Where are you from, orc? Ooh, that sounds like fighting words. I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean. I didn't. But I did kind of mean it like that. I'm going to say you know what I mean. I do, she says, giving you a warm smile. I'm from Blood City Bay. I ran with the war bands when I was a girl. Took me all around the coast, she explains, far from the cursed plains of Beltyre. And Gorian is, of course, the archdevil come to conquer Jor during the Great Gate. In fact, his death at the hands of the Orcish Queen Mother demi-goddess marks the end of the Great Gate era itself. But you should already know this, of course. Great. I'm glad you rolled well, intelligence. We were hired during the Third Revolutionary War in Reeds. When it was over, I stayed behind. As she speaks, you see her eyes glimmer. All those memories coming back to her. She's seen a lot. Those were the days. What's it like being an orc in Norvik? My kind is quite rare, so, she mumbles, her gaze trailing off towards the horizon. Some sadness, loneliness, you feel terrible for her. The occasional comment does sting a bit. I've gotten used to it. How nice of you to ask. I'm not asking for you, I'm collecting information. Yes, I'm a wonderful. I know what it's like to be being discriminated against. I think that's what I'm going to say. You do. I'll be damned. If you don't mind me asking, how exactly? I do mind. It's a secret. Members of the Holy River Order are a minority in this city. Humans are going extinct. We need to fight back. I think I knew that. Technically true. Best kind of true. Thank you, intelligence. She laughs and sighs. Uthgard, you truly are an enigma. So you're working with the Freestar. I'm not gonna flirt with her. I don't work for the revolution. It's just a revolution. You fool! You knew that. Maybe. I work for the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. Ascani Reeds Trading Company, one of many branches of expansionist organizations along the coast. We promote the Free Strider ideals in Ascan. Currently, we focus on making sure this election process goes smoothly along with other economic concerns. I enjoy working for them very much. Perhaps not so much on slow days like this, but alas. Thank you for bringing free striderism to Norvik. Democracy. I don't care for it. I like the election, but you're going to lose. Sorry. I really don't know any of this. You see, I'm apolitical. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Apolitical. Yes, please. I'd love some. Going through it. No. Mm-hmm. She nods slowly. I'll be honest, this is one of the reasons I took this job, speaking with individuals such as yourself, hearing what they have to say. So thank you for that. She is being genuine. I'm done asking questions. Oh, silly me, talking about myself all the time. What about you? I'm your savior. I am a literal walking corpse. I'm not important. That's what I'm going to say. Saying it like that makes you sound anything but. Eh, I'm gonna just walk away. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, look, there's eggs. I apparently can pick up the eggs. How can I pick up the eggs? I can engage with the eggs? Got some eggs in it. You spot something shiny below as well. It appears to be unguarded. Must be a gull's nest. Scary beasts, those gulls. But whoever made this nest isn't around, so you could imagine the goodies and climb out. Could be worth the climb out. With the cantrip Mage Hand, you could easily grab the contents of the nest from the comfortable distance. Where would I get that? You used to have a version of your own memorized, but it was clearly lost in the river. I'm going to feel sad. However, there are ways of restoring your memorization of the cantrip. You'll need a source, perhaps a library. If you had time for a trip to the towers, that could be ideal. Alas, you will have to make do. Perhaps those esoteric books found in the Lich could be of use. Where could I get Megan? I really like to climb down and give it a shot. Stop leaning over the edge. All right. Let's go look at the esoteric books one more time. And then completing. Engage. So many books, basic art novels. Some stand out. Okay. I'm looking for Mage Hand. I don't know that autobiography is going to be the way to go. Read collected chants. Folk tales, maybe? Opening the Trill Sister book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you heard growing up. These stories shape reality for the mind. For the mind does not distinguish a tale from real life lessons, but they are the same. Out of the tales, you see one and remember most about the gnome and the Titan. Titan, term for gigantic creatures who first inhabited and shaped Jor's realm. This story always spoke to you, mostly because of the unlikely friendship between the two. Read a little and the large. The old days when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he found himself in the oddest of places, so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Ascan. This valley was home to Yamor, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forests and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mists that filled the valley. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, and the trees stood as charred husks. Esuth, the ancient red dragon, had set the forest aflame, hoping to drive Kamor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Kamor was furious, his great form trembling with rage. He searched for the source of the destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. To think the coast was filled with these beasts at one point. I'm just going to continue reading. The Riklum come, who dares bring fire to where none shall come? Ashes taint my sacred speak, small one, lest you be missed. Abacus looked up, squinting through the fog, and scratched his head. Fire? No, I've no fire to share. No flame do I bring, nor ash to bear. For in the dark I see clear as day. 'Tis those who can't that need the flame, they say. Thuruk lum chum. What nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze that blackens my mist and dims my days? Well, question thee who needs a flame to light their path and stroke their claim. Perhap it is Ismuth the king who fires the valley that you bring. The red dragon. His rise to power through trickery and betrayal is legendary, as it is as his fall from to Abacus the half-wit, the mist titan. Rumors say his spirit still haunts the ever-lit burned coast to this day. The dragon's days are surely done. Guide me, gnome, to where he lies. Together we shall dim his skies. Wonderful little tale about the little and the large. The story goes on to wax about the friendship sparked between the eldritch Titan and the silly little gnome as they sought out Esmith on the throne. The ancient red dragon then falls to the Titan's might after Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in Asken is told growing up. It is important to remember that this is an oral tale passed down over generations. This is simply the shape in which it was written down. Who knows exactly it functioned in its original tale. You shut the book upon closing the title once more. Return the book. All right, well that I mean, it's good knowledge. It's good knowledge, but I don't. Hold, please. I have charm person. I can go prepare another spell. Interesting. Oh my. This is what awaits us. Okay. I think I am going to stop here. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. And as long as you guys don't mind all of the talking in it, I think it's going to have some pretty funny bits. If anything, I really enjoy dexterity. I hope I make a lot of dexterities, like dexterity actually rolls well. Because that seems like that's the thing is I roll on my own choices, and they roll on what they're remembering and telling me internally. They're my conscience. They're my version of uh, that Disney movie where everybody's in your brain. Um, but thank you all for watching. Hopefully, you're enjoying the beginning of this tale, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.